So in previous class I explained all these things. In previous class we are done about logic circuit of DTL family by using NAND gate and NOR gate completed. So today's class is transistor logic. Okay, so that is called transistor logic, that is also called TTL logic family. Okay, so this is today's topic, transistor logic. So actually TTL is the most popular amongst all logic families because of its speed, good fan in, fan out. Okay, so I'll write the points, key points. One second. Okay. TTL is the most popular amongst all logic families, okay, because because of its speed, okay, good fan in and fan out. Okay, so for that purpose it is very most popular among us, because DTL and TTL, RTL having little bit distortion, so that is the reason why DTL was constructed. Okay, here DTL we are using diode transistors logic actually. So for that purpose he was introduced a new topic, so that is called TTL. So TTL is completely gives a very good logic family. This is actually transistor logic is a very good and very popular. Why? Because it is having high speed and good fan in, good fan out. Okay, fan in means inputs, fan out means good output performance, good input performance or output performance, and speed, most all of them very good. That's why it is most popular amongst all the logic families. And see, these transistor logics are maximum used switching. Okay, so they are used to switching devices. Okay, so I'll write this key point. See here, this is used for switching devices. These are used for switching devices. Why? Because it is a multi-emitter transistor. Generally it performs like a multi-emitter transistor. So that is the reason which can be easily fabricated. Okay, so this switch was used. This switch uses this switch uses a multiple emitter transistor. This switch uses a multiple emitter transistor, which can be easily fabricated. fabricated. Okay, so actually the TTL devices are using for switching devices. Okay, and this switch is uses as a multi-emitter transistor. Actually, it is a multiple emitter transistor because here we are given multiple inputs to emitter only. Multiple inputs to emitter only. That is the reason it is called multiple emitter transistor. And multiple inputs I'll give you in the circuit diagram. You can understand what is the multiple emitter transistor means. So because here I am using two transistors actually. In that two transistors, actually three combination of transistors I used. In out of two transistors are general transistors only, but in one transistor is completely we are using emitter as a multiple inputs. Emitter is connected to multiple inputs in this circuit. So if I draw the circuit diagram, in that circuit diagram you can understand what is the multiple emitter transistor. Generally multiple emitter transistor means one transistor is completely one transistor emitter terminal is completely I am using for multiple inputs. That is the reason it is called multiple emitter transistor, which can easily fabricated, and it is very easily fabricated. Why? Because transistors are very small devices and they have three terminals. We can connect up the three terminals using uh, suitable resistors, then it is easily fabricated. Okay, so in important point is, so see, the number of emitters is equal to, actually I'm not telling about all these things. Why? Because in your textbook they will give you a lot of theory. Don't by heart theory. You can understand by using only observing the circuit diagram. You can clearly observe the circuit diagram, then only you can understand this theory. In our textbook they will give you a lot of theory, okay, from transistor logic. So don't use that much of lengthy and heavy topics. Okay, so you can easily understand by clearly observing logic circuit. Okay, it's actually okay. So first of all I draw the circuit diagram. Please note everybody, I'll explain by using circuit diagram. So one more key point I forget to write here, see please, that is the multiple emitter transistors. The multiple emitter transistor, the multiple emitter transistor is used at the input which replaces the input diodes of DTL. Generally in your previous class we are discussing about DTL, okay, diode transistor logic. But what is the why we are called as it is very usable transistor logic and usable and popular? Why? Because in previous case we are using number of diodes, but in this circuit diagram I just used a number of inputs, that's all. These number of inputs are connected to emitter of the transistor, emitter terminal of the transistor. Okay, so that is the reason we are replacing the diodes. In place of replacing the diodes, we are using a transistor, and one transistor is completely the emitter terminal of the transistor is connecting to multiple inputs. So that is the reason it is overcome. A lot of diodes are using in previous circuit, but diodes are very delicate and it is damaged through a small fluctuations. So that is the reason in place of I'll replace the diodes and simply I introduce a transistor. And how I take the inputs from these transistors means completely I use one transistor is emitter terminal is connected to multiple inputs. So that is the reason it is very popular, and it is a speed because transistors are more accurate than diodes. So that is the reason it is having a speed and good fanning, good fan out means it is their efficiency for input side and output side is very advanced inputs. So the advanced efficiency. So that is the reason it is very popular. Why this is called as popular means this is the reason. Okay, because here we are using a transistors completely. I'm not even use a single diode. I completely use the transistors only. So that is the reason these transistors are showing more efficiency than diodes. So therefore I replaced complete diodes in the previous circuit. I simply introduce a transistor, and out of this transistor, one transistor emitter terminal I connected a number of inputs. So that is the reason. Okay, so operation. Next I'll move to operation. Please note everybody. Operation means first of all circuit diagram, after then operation. So circuit diagram, see clear, observe everyone clearly. Okay, so first of all we have one, this is the output voltage and this is the VC plus VCC. Okay, and this is the one transistor base terminal, this is a transistor base terminal, and this is the resistor RB from transistor resistance, base resistance. Okay, so base of the transistor terminal is connected through resistor RB, and here this is the emitter input, one input, second input and third input. These are all emitter inputs. So simply take emitter arrow is outside, and this collector is connected to one another more transistor. Okay, through a resistor, this collector and ground. Okay, this is the base terminal, and one another more transistor is connected here. Their emitter is simply connected to one another more resistor. Understand? So this resistor is R collector resistance, and this is RC1 collector resistor R1 through resistor RC2. So this is the collector terminal and this is the emitter terminal simply. Okay, and we have we have used, this is the output V0, and through this output I used one capacitor because to the ground. Okay, so this is the capacitor. See, this is the transistor. See, here I am using 3 transistors. This transistor is T1, okay, and this transistor is T2, and this transistor is T3. Okay, so this is a plus VCC. This plus VCC is connected to first transistor through a resistor RB. Okay, so because this is the base terminal, this is the emitter terminal. Generally this is the emitter terminal and this is the yes sir. 1 second students. చెప్పండి ఎవరిని కలవమన్నారు? ఇదే కంప్యూటర్ ల్యాబ్, ఇక్కడ లేకపోతే అక్కడ ఉంటారు చూడ ఆ చివరిలో. సి So this is emitter terminal and this is the base terminal, okay, and this is the collector terminal. Like here also, this collector, the first transistor collector terminal is connected to second transistor base terminal. So this is the base terminal of the second transistor and this is the emitter terminal and this is the collector terminal. Understand? Now the emitter terminal of the second transistor is connected to base of the third transistor. Okay, this is the base terminal, this is emitter terminal, this is the collector terminal. In your textbook, this diagram is too difficult and too different also. Okay, they are constructed in another model. He was used 4 diodes actually. Here 4 transistors he was using in textbook. So no need to write connect a four transistors out of 1 diode, everything he was used. So that is a difficulty one. So please remember, this is very easiest mode of construction of TTL circuit. Okay, it is a easy diagram, TTL. Why? Because TTL. So this is the TTL transistor. See, and finally, these two are collector terminals of transistor to T2 and T3, and this collector transistor is connected through a resistor, collector resistor RC1 to plus VCC, and see, this is a RC2 through a resistor and connected to positive supply. And see, finally we are collecting output voltage at these two terminals, because here we are using a capacitor to store the charge. Okay, so because why capacitors are used means the complete energy is stored in this capacitor. So whatever the energy deliberated in this transistors, that energy will be stored in this capacitor. Here it is a load capacitor actually. It is called as a load capacitor. Okay, see, this is a very easiest diagram compared to your textbook. Why? Because I tell you these things. Govind and అక్కడ ల్యాబ్ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ ఆ చెప్పు రూమ్లో ఉంటారు చూడండి. 1 second స్టూడెంట్స్, చెప్పండి అసలు ఏం దేని గురించి, ఏం లింక్, ఏమో నాకేం అర్థం అవ్వలేదు మీరు అన్నది. ఏ క్లాస్ అండి? అయితే సార్ రావాలి, నాకు తెలియదు, అక్కడ ఉండేవారు, మరి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయారో తెలియదు. ఆయన రావాలి, ఆయన వస్తే తెలుస్తుంది. కొంచెం వెయిట్ చేయండి, అక్కడ ఆయన వస్తారు. పట్టుబొర్ర ఉంటుంది చూడండి, అడ్మిన్ అని అడగండి, ఆయన చెప్తే చేస్తాను. ఈ రూమ్లో కానీ ఆ రూమ్లో కానీ ఉంటారు, ఒకసారి చూడండి. Okay, so this is the theory actually. This is a circuit diagram of the transistor logic. Okay, so here one important note point you remember everyone. Why? Because this is actually input. Right now I'll give you input here. Okay, these are the input terminals 1, 2, 3. So 3 terminals means if you consider A, B, C, no problem. 1, 2, 3, no problem. Okay, I consider A, B, C because the first terminal is A terminal. Okay, there is no place, and this terminal is B terminal and this is the C terminal. So A, B, C terminal. So one important note point to understand this transistor logic, it's very easy. Every time I give you 0, 0, 0, what will be happen, not like that. So one important key point, you just remember that, because if any one of the emitter terminal, understand, if any one of the emitter terminal of the transistor T1, otherwise in any emitter input of the transistor 1 is 0, then simply transistor T2 and transistor T3 is a open circuit, and any emitter input is high, then the T2 and T3 of the circuits, T2 and T3 is a short circuit. I'll write here note point, so just simply remember this note point, and using this note point I can explain everything. So this is a very important note point to understand, and to study the TTL circuit diagram you must know this important point. So any emitter input, any one of emitter input of transistor T1 is 0, then transistor T2, T3, transistor T1, T2 and T3 are cut off region. Okay, cut off region or open circuit. Cut off region or open circuit. This is the first point. Okay, and the second point is any one of emitter input of transistor T1 is high, then transistor T2, T3 are saturated. Okay, saturated region or short circuited. Okay, short circuited means simply connecting the wire between these two terminals. So because it is allowed a single wire, okay, like a single wire, short circuit means connected to a single wire. So this is very important point. So if you give any one of input terminal of the first transistor emitter terminal is going to be 0, then these T2 and T3 both are simply open circuit. So if both are open means these two are not connected with the ground. So the first portion was not connected to ground and the second transistors are open means there is no supply between transistor and T2, T3. So simply they are not connected with the ground. So whatever the potential here supplied to this transistor, that supply is completely draws to, otherwise it is a transfer to output voltage. So if any one of the input is 0, then simply your output will become a high. Why? Because it is not connected to ground. So simply it is not connected to ground means then potential is not going to ground. So simply it draws the output voltage. So therefore whatever the input voltage VCC, that VCC shows at their output voltage. So final output voltage. So if you give any one of the input is high, then these two transistors are connecting. So therefore finally these two transistors are connecting is a saturation region. The T2 and T3 both are at saturation region. So therefore it is directly connected to the ground. So whatever the potential we are given supply to these transistors, that potential is completely drops to ground potential. So therefore obviously this potential is dropping into the ground potential. So the output voltage shows 0 only. So using this point you can understand what will be happen. See, the first case I implemented, after that you can understand very easily. Okay, so I'll move to next page to see. First, case 1 I explained. So put, because there is a 3 possibilities actually. So A, B, C and output voltage we know. So simply I tell you one trick. For 3 inputs you simply take 0, 0, 0, 0, 4 zeros and 4 ones. This is a shortcut, and 2 zeros and 2 ones for every time. So this is a shortcut. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So these are the possibilities. First possibility I'll take the first possibility. I'll take A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0. So both cases I simply apply this condition. Okay. So what will be happen if A is 0, B is 0, C is 0 means this base, actually the emitter terminal was given to 0. So therefore obviously what will be happen, the output was collected by a collector terminal of the first transistor T1. Okay, so this output is very low. Why? Because emitter was, one terminal of the emitter is connected to 0 means the emitter current, actually in transistors how the emitter current is transferred to collector. Okay, the emitter current is transferred to collector current. And why? Because collector current is completely, see, This is a collector terminal. Okay, so we are collecting output voltage through collector only, output voltage through collector only. So if I am supplying any one of the zero means if output emitter terminal, I will give you emitter is 0. So that means if any one of the terminal is 0, put 0, the transistor is 0, then the transistor T2 T3 is cut off region. Why? Because it is a very low voltage applied at collector C. So therefore see, this means transistor T1 collector current. So collector current is very less. Collector current is very less, and okay, and the collector current is very less means it is directly connected to which terminal? Base of the second transistor. Understand? So therefore, second transistor to base current, base taken low signal. Why? Because collector current is very less. So the collector current of the first terminal of the collector current of the first transistor is directly connected to base of the second transistor. Understand? This is the base of the second transistor, and the first transistor collector current is very less because I am using one of the emitter current is 0, emitter input is 0. Then emitter terminal is connected to base terminal, base, and both these two are, because emitter and base, see, it is a forward bias. So in this forward bias, this is a reverse bias. In forward bias, I'll supply one of the values 0 means its forward bias is very less. So compared to forward bias is very less, then reverse bias is also very less. So therefore the collector current, whatever the current is drawn from this collector, that collector current is very less. So due to this current, very less current, we are connecting very small input signal to the second transistor. See, according to the concept, so if low input signal connected to base of the transistor, then transistor is not conducting. Then low input signal connected to base of the transistor, then the transistor is not conducting. So you know that this condition, due to this not conducting situation, the transistor T2 is completely cut off region, means half state. And similarly, it is half means definitely the output of the second terminal emitter is connected to first terminal, because the whatever the collector voltage, the collector current of the transistor 1 is simply connected to transistor 2, as well as this current is completely drawn to, again it is connected to T3. So therefore T2 T3 both are at cutoff region. So therefore T2 and T3 both are cutoff region. Cutoff region means it is open state. Understand everybody? It is an open state. So therefore I draw this diagram. See here, simply first of all I consider that, first transistor is low means, see, if I draw the diagram here only, you can understand. See, from the first case, simply this transistor is, this is output voltage, here output voltage is there, this is a plus VCC, okay, plus VCC, see simply, and see this is going to be half state, means you are given input, so don't take this portion, only take these two portions, okay. So simply this through a resistor, this is open circuit, okay. Why? Because T2, this is a T2 is open because the low voltage is applied, so therefore this is also open circuit. Understand? This is also open circuit. Okay, and these two are connected, and finally it is come to ground state because these two are connected, okay, to the ground state. These are all completely ground, so simply ground. So here see, in this situation and this situation, so in this situation the positive VCC is connected to these three transistors. Right now, from the concept of low base terminal, these two transistors are completely in cutoff region. So that means in open state. So therefore, this output voltage and this VCC is not connected to ground terminal, is not connected to this ground terminal. So obviously what happened, the whatever the power supply, whatever the input signal is supplied to this transistor, that input signal is simply takes, or simply it is forward to output voltage. So therefore, if you consider A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, in this case your output voltage is equal to 1 only. Why? Because it is not connected to ground, so simply it is a 1. So here one important point I tell you, see, any one of the emitter input of transistor T1 is 0, then the transistor T2, T3 are in cutoff region. So there are open circuit. See, this condition is open circuit and the point 1 is satisfying in this condition. So any one of the transistor 1 or 2 or 3, if any one of the transistor is taken 0, therefore it is not connected to ground. So therefore the output voltage is always at high, same as the output voltage of, same as the power supply, same as the power supply, means this voltage is completely transferred to output voltage. So if this is any case, if take A is equal to 1, B, C is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, in that situation also output voltage is 0, because any one of the input terminal is 0, then simply your output is always only 1 only. So see here, all are possibilities of zeros are there in any one of the input. Any one of the input, this is a 0, so therefore it is a 1, and this is a 0 and 1. See, in this case you will get 1 only, in this case you will get 1 only, in this case 1, in this case 1, and this one. So finally these all are maximum 1. But what about all the input terminals are high? So this is the first case, case 1, okay, and see case 2. In case 2, take A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 1. So simply if you are take all inputs are high, that means, see, we come to previous diagram, if all inputs are high, then what will be happen? If all are high means the emitter is almost high, and B is simply it is a forward bias, so therefore it delivered a collector current, high collector current. So the base is taken of the base of the second transistor is takes high voltage, high input signal. So this high input signal, if base is connected to high input signal, means this transistor is in on state. Whenever this transistor is on, so therefore their emitter is connected to third transistor. So obviously it is activated, means this is also activated because emitter is high right now. Now this emitter is simply transferred to the emitter terminal of the transistor T2 is simply connected to transistor T3, and it is also high signal, so obviously it is also connected. So due to this connection, what will be happen, see in this diagram, so simply you will, these two are right now connected. Why? Because it is connected. Why? Because it is a high, because T2 and T3 both are saturation condition. So saturation means it is a short circuit, okay, short circuit condition, saturation or short circuit, because of input is high, okay. So in second case, all are, so A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 1. So in this case C is equal to 1, in this case all are in, means the transistor V1 collector is high, okay. So obviously T2 and T3 both are, base is connected to high signal, so therefore these two transistors are activated, that means it is on state. So obviously it is on means it is a short circuit and which is connected to ground. So obviously what will be happen, these two transistors are simply connected to ground, means the input signal is simply transferred to ground potential. So therefore our output voltage shows 0. So in this situation you will get, so what is your output voltage? Simply 0. Okay, so this is the transistor logic. So please tell me, everybody understand or not? Okay, everybody understand? See, everybody understand or not? TTL transistors are very easy to understand. Only a single point you can remember, a single point you can understand very easily. What is that single point means? If any one of the input terminal of the emitter, if any one of the input emitter terminal of the transistor T1 is 0, then the remaining T2 and T3 both are at open condition. That is called cutoff region. These transistors are cutoff region. So that's why in the combination of 8 logic combinations are we are using. Out of this 8 logic combination, any one of the input is 0, then definitely the output voltage is always high. Why? Because these T2 transistor and T3 transistor, both the transistors are simply in cutoff region. In cutoff region means the input supply is not connected to ground potential. So that is the reason why we are getting output as a high condition. Okay, and similarly from the last condition, you see all the inputs are high. That means so whenever the all inputs of the emitter of the first transistor is going to be connected to all inputs are high, then the T3 and T2 transistors base terminals getting high input signal. Due to this high input signal, transistor T2 and T3 both are in activated region. So therefore they are saturation region. We are called as a saturation region. In saturation region means it shows a short circuit. So due to this short circuit, the potential is directly connected to the terminals of the terminals is directly connected to ground potential. So if any one terminal is connected to ground, means that terminal is connected to plus VCC. Therefore plus VCC voltage is completely drops to ground potential. So therefore our output voltage shows 0. So that is the reason only in the first point transistor, any one of the input 0, then output is high. Any one of the input is all inputs are high, then your output will become a 0. So that is the case. Okay, so understand everybody, I hope. So I'll continue our next topic in the next lesson. Okay, see.